So the next AOC has possibly just dropped. The next Democratic Party entryist candidate who's going to say things like, I support the workers. Oh, I'm going to fight the oligarchy. I'm going to tax the billionaires, and I'm going to give you more benefits in Medicare. One of those has just dropped, and this one's a fucking doozy, because I think if you guys support this one, for one, you already don't really have an excuse to do so anymore. You've seen this shit happen 1,000 times over at this point. You've seen what happens to these people every single time. You've seen how they are always made into subservient little bitches for the party, and how entryism into the Democratic Party doesn't work and you need to do something else. So you have no excuse on that basis alone. But this one is such a fucking doozy that none of you have any excuse to ever even think slightly about supporting this person. Now, I would hope that, you're against American imperialism. You're against the rape and murder of people in the third world by disgusting Western troops, American, Israeli, European, wherever they may be from. So I would expect you to never even think about even mildly supporting someone, especially when they're a Democratic Party entryist candidate, when the first line in their own biography that they wrote to introduce themselves is not like end imperialism, free X, or like, fight the power, fight capitalism or whatever. It's combat veteran, Marines plus Army. If I see fucking Hasan Piker telling you to support this guy, inviting this guy on for a nice little puff piece interview, when the way that he introduces himself to you is, yep, I killed those brown babies, I don't even know what will happen. I don't even know. I'm watching you, Hasan. Be fucking very careful about how you talk about this guy. It's already bad enough that you're doing entryism with Mamdani. It's already bad enough that you did it with Bernie and AOC. But this guy would be even worse than all of that. Holy fuck. This is the same song and dance as always. Fight the power. Fight the oligarchy. Let's change up our foreign policy. No more wars. No more interference. And then 5 years later, they're talking like their speech was permanently dictated by a focus group specifically designed to try and maintain the vote from the duped people who voted them in, while actually just existing to funnel all potential revolutionary energy into the Democratic Party. Look at this fucking picture this guy posted. From my old yearbook, we'll see. From him in high school, presumably in the 90s. He's holding up a piece of paper saying, free Chechnya, Palestine, a bunch of other stuff, Tibet. Oh my god, it's liberal bullshit. Free everything, without any regard for how they might be different, And then, a couple of years after this, he not only joined the Marines and the Army, and then went and massacred Iraqi babies. This guy did multiple tours of Iraq and Afghanistan, by the way. But he brags about it to this very day. And you think this guy, who not only is a Democratic Party entryist, he's not running independent or anything. This guy who openly brags about his time massacring third worlders for pay, he's proud of it. He's so proud of it, he puts it first in his fucking bio. You think this guy is the one you should vote for. You can't even do the people of the third world, who are way more affected by your actions, by your lack of action, especially in politics. You can't even do them the courtesy of saying, no, that's a red line. I would never ever support someone like that. Even if they're not in the Democratic Party, I would never support someone who leverages their baby-killing escapades for clout in the American political system. If you can't even do that, you are so deeply corrupted, so deeply compromised, it's obvious that you don't care about anything but yourself. These people always say what do you expect? Who's the best we got? If the best you got is a guy who promises to give you benefits at the expense of brown babies in the third world, you say no to that. That's what I expect from you. Not just that, I expect you to try to build something alternative, way better than this fucking piece of shit scum. Because this is nothing. This is like voting for Himmler because you think he's less bad than Hitler. No, that's not acceptable. If you're comfortable with this, you're okay with this, you're okay with doing nothing, you're okay with sitting in your chair and not attempting to build an alternative to make it so that this can't ever work in the future ever, then you are just as guilty as the average DOP voter. Ultimately, if you're not actively attempting to build an alternative to Democratic Party entryism, then you are complicit. Because the reason why you were so comfortable in not doing that sort of thing is because ultimately the stuff like someone like this going and massacring Iraqis for pay doesn't really affect you that much at all. So you can be comfortable with the fact that he did that because he promises to give you more Medicare or whatever. It's all about you. But when you're this globe-spanning empire whose politics negatively affect the poorest people in the world who aren't from your country way more than they actually affect you, that's not good enough. And it's impossible for you to just accept that sort of thing without being complicit. And I don't care if this guy says, oh, but Israel's bad now. Oh, but we need to end the wars because we spent too much money on them or whatever. The very fact that he is fucking leveraging his status as an American imperial baby killer for clout shows you that he is not a fucking anti-imperialist in the slightest. Not at all. If you thought AOC was easy to mold into the Democratic Party, like, foreign policy frame, you know, they got her to fall in line really fucking easily. Like, she will say, like, yeah, it's a genocide, and to stop the genocide, you gotta vote for me and Kamala Harris, and work exclusively within the party. They're gonna have an even easier time with this one. Give me a fucking break. I'm watching you, Hasan. I'm watching you. I'm waiting for you to say something about this guy so that I can cause, like, your fans to post 20 posts on your subreddit saying, like, NGL, Bad Empanada has a point here. I know how much it hurts you when that happens. You know, prevention is better than the cure. So to prevent that from happening, I would suggest that you don't fucking do it again this time like you did with Fetterman. Come on, Hasan Piker. It's not that fucking hard. If you're going to push your fans towards doing something, push them towards building something. You know, if all you want to do is electoralism, at least try to do something outside of the box from the same electoral strategy of always of Democratic Party entryism, and then 5 years later, shock, horror, the Democratic Party entryist candidate was turned into a tool for the Democratic Party. I never could have seen it coming. You're going to do it with this guy again. You're going to do it again, Hasan Piker. I'm watching you. Regulate your behavior. You don't want to get bad empanada again, Hasan. You don't want to have to make another main channel video complaining that I called you out again, do ya? Prevention is better than the cure. An apple a day keeps the bad empanada away. And in this case, the apple is not to endorse this fucking baby killer. It's the least you can do for us.